Hi there, brick builders. Today we got a fire department. Yes, and we got from Brixx. This one is called Modern, and it includes a fire department, who thought that, and a firehouse tower or a practice tower with a lot of steps inside. We're talking about the Brixx 300-100, a modern fire department with 1820 pieces in 1:20 scale without any figurines, but as you might know, you can get them from Brixx separately. So this is a Brixx special, therefore the box is rather grey, I guess. There's not really anything printed on there except for a little sticker that hopefully tells you what's in it, and that's basically it. And the other thing for Brixx specials is that they don't come with a paper instruction booklet, they come with a PDF, or better, you have to download the PDF yourself from the Brixx page, where it still resides even if this thing is already AOL, so no problems there, everybody can get it if you have a Brixx account. There are also no sections in the instructions, everything comes in one big blob in a lots of bags. Some of them are only containing a special kind of piece, some of them are rather mixed, and yes, you have to unbag everything, and then you can start with all your pieces on the table. Everything that is new in a step is rectangled in blue, and everything that is old is not, so the color isn't leaving the set. This is not quite visible here since most of the set is either in a grayish blue or in gray or black itself. So it isn't black and white, but it's rather grayish because the set is grayish. Anything else is rather familiar. Yes, it's not that many steps in here for a 1800 pieces set, and there's going on a lot at each stage, so yes, this is not really for the beginner here, it's more for the more experienced brick builder, and this also leads to the fact that sometimes you can't really see what you need to do, since the pieces or some of the pieces you have to put in are not really visible. That's a shame, but others are, so they took the angle of least confusion, I guess, but they should have done better in some cases, but in the end you might be able to get it together just as I did. In the end we get 217 steps on 173 pages, which is not really much, but it's happening something on each step here. At first glance, this is a rather light construction in terms of having a lot of light going in there. There are a lot of doors, there are a lot of windows, big ones and small ones. The doors don't really close very good to be set at first, and the windows sometimes struggle to get closed at all. Therefore, it's light in there, there is a lot of stuff in there as we will see shortly, but yeah, you really need to do something with the doors and windows, or you just say, hey, they're open, it's a sunny day, and so they're all a bit open on the back side of the steps. And as it is rather useful here, all figurines that might be inhabiting this house can get to the first floor, can get to the doors, can get everywhere they should, since there are steps in there, and we're gonna see them shortly. And here we are. This is the stairs to get to the top. This is a bit special since it tends to unlock itself from the rest of the building, and parts of it going to fall inside, which is rather annoying since you have trouble to get there afterwards to put it back again. But that's really the only position in here where you have this kind of trouble. And then in the upper floor we have our falling cupboard. Yeah, it's fell flat again. You see how many pins there are to put it on there, but since this is not really a big plate in there because there has to be a hole for the step, it's rather complicated to put this in the way it's gonna stand and hold. I don't know how to do that, so it fell and fell again a lot of times when transporting the set. On the other hand, it's not that bad. In this case, it's not the clutch power that's at fault. I don't know really. It seems that they loosen up after a while. Anyways, there is a shower, there is 3 beds with cupboards in here, and of course the steps to the lower floor, and that's basically it for the upper floor. Speaking about the ground floor, this is more lived in. You get your breakfast table with 4 seats, a croissant, some cups and a baguette. The baguette is not fixated at all here, so it is gonna rumble around. You also get 2 extra chairs that are also not fixated anywhere. You get your sofa and you get your TV in there. What else should the fireman do? And you get a little column with the walkie-talkies on there. Also you get a bit of an improvised kitchen with stovetops and cupboard, and you'll get your response desk here for the fireman to get the calls for the next fire and then responds to it. And then we get our hose tower here, or the practice tower. I guess it's more practice tower, where you get your doors, but there is nothing in those frames, either in the door frames or in the window frames. That is why I think sometimes they might put in some fire here too, just to put it out. So maybe it's also a practice tower. I don't know. Brixx should. Maybe someone can comment what this really is. It's sold as a hose tower. And also in here we get our steps for the people, so everyone can go upstairs up to the 3rd floor here and do whatever they need to do up there. There are steps in there, and there's also a bit of light in there, or not in there but on there. Not real light but transparent pieces, and that's basically it for this thing. So let's open the set. As I already said, there's no instruction booklet in there, there are no stickers in there because Brixx specials don't have any stickers or prints or whatever. There are a lot of bags in there, some of them consist of single type things in there, and others do have a wide variety of different pieces in there, and that's basically it here. That's what you get. You have to download the instructions, and then you can build with your laptop or tablet, or if you got good eyes, with your mobile on you. The only thing you don't get in any bags are the plates, neither the base plate nor the other stuff that is making up the 1st floor of the house, so have fun. So what do I think of that? First, the price was about 80 euros, I guess, is rather okay for 1800 pieces, even if it is Brixx special, and even the clutch power isn't the best with them normally. And also here there are some examples that are not that great, but it's a house, and a house does work with mostly gravity, and therefore we have really no problem here with the clutch power. We don't even have big problems with the colors. These are matching very well. There are not many used here, even if it looks a bit different, because the most colors that are used are for the furniture, and there is some in here. This for many people I guess is a great plus, that you get a sofa and a big table and beds and all that kind of stuff, and a kitchen with a stove and all, a microwave and all that, cupboards with the doors and all the other stuff in there. So for some people this alone might be worth it. For others, it might also be the stairs here, which are single pieces, having, I guess, 10 steps on one hand, and then the rest done with normal pieces in this set. There are a lot of even big tiles that are built here, so if you got a hammer, use it. And this is the positive stuff. There is some problem areas with the instructions, with the angles, with the fact that you sometimes have to guess how it's built, but if you're rather experienced, you know how it's built, so this is not really a big problem unless you're a beginner, but you should begin with a 1800 pieces set anyway from no company, so feel free to start with something smaller and leave this one when you are more experienced. The furniture and all the stuff inside is mostly secured rather well. You have seen the folding cupboard, which is the big exception there. And there are some things that are not fixated at all, so they're a bit problematic, especially when you try to move the set, because they will fall out as simply as that. So, as I said earlier, this is more for the advanced player. This is not really for young kids, and the instructions are hard. And yeah, if you got somebody who has 2 or 3 years of experience with bigger set, maybe that's something, but normally you're at least 10 or 12 until you get this kind of experience. So it's not really a play set because it's also fiddly and it's full of interior. This is not quite the best way to help playing with it. It's a great display set, because displaying is what this thing can, and you don't have really problems to have falling down bricks there or plates loosening or something like that if you just display it. And as I said, it's a house, it's not that critical as if it was a vehicle or something like that, so it's not the big problem anyway in this case. In terms of mocking and modding, the house itself has 3 colors: dark gray, light gray, and a grayish blue, a light one, and that's it. If you need bricks in those colors and tiles in those colors, yeah, you can take them here. It also has a bunch of different plates. You can take them here also. If you like to have the furniture, you can take it here also. There are a lot of possibilities to use this, and for the price, it's really okay. It's not that the clutch power is too bad to use it, so I guess nobody will really have problems with using those bricks for other projects, and they're fine, simply. So if you want to do that and you see the price is right, maybe that's something for you to make something else out of it. But that's it for this one. If you liked what you've seen, please press the like button. If you didn't like it, please comment me that. And if you really want to be awesome, please subscribe. So have fun building, have fun watching, have fun playing, and see you!